It starts. Um, so the first two episodes of Doctor Who have been out. It's been like a week now or something. Um, and I saw this on Twitter. This is Fiction Horizon. I'll let you read that out before I read it out, so you know that it's not a joke. Uh, just go ahead and especially the especially this part right here. Go ahead, just read it to yourselves and let me know when you're let me know when you're done. You done? Okay, you read it? You read it. You read it and you read it. I want you to read it. No, no one's gonna get that reference. No one's gonna get that reference. Um Angry fans openly misinterpret Doctor Who viewership data, calling the series woke and unwatchable despite praise from critics. Really now? Of course critics are going to praise it, because if they don't, they lose their jobs. Because if they don't, they're called, just like the fans, if they don't agree, they'll be called phobes and isms, and they will never be able to work again. That's why. We go to Rotten Tomatoes, 95% for critics, 32% for audience. But my review bombing. For every one review bomber, there's also another two or so actual legitimate reviews. So I don't want to hear review bombing. But um just talking about the first one, some early previews on BBC iPlayer, whatever, becoming the 15th Doctor, no one cares. Namely, the first two episodes that were released on BBC One, the viewership numbers were released a couple of days later, revealing that Space Babies, the first episode, was watched by 2.6 million viewers, which is shit. Even if with overnight and all that, even at say 3 million, that's still shit numbers. When you have like first episodes, like Jodie Whittaker's first episode was like 10 point something million or 11 million, those are the numbers you should be striving for. 2.4 million is basically what she had at the end of her run, because everyone was tired of it. So 2.4 million, that the again, even if we, okay, let's just say 3.2 million. We're just going to make up a number, give it the benefit of the doubt with overnights and all that. Say 3.2 million or 3.5. Let's highball it a little more. That's still a shit number. That's still a shit number. Again, Jodie Whittaker's first was 11 million. And if you look at Jodie Whittaker's run, it started really strong at like 10, 11 million and gradually worked down. Gradually, from 10 million, like 11, 10 million to 9, 8 million. And then by the end of her run, it was only getting like 2.4 million with each episode, which is terrible. So even if we highball and say 3.5 million, those are still terrible numbers. And while these numbers are certainly low, they are not the complete numbers, as we are about to see, which they never actually show us. They just talk about like this. These two are some of the lowest overnight numbers in the history of the series, with Legends of the Sea Devils only securing an overnight audience of 2.2 million in 2022, thus setting an infamous record. But the viewership numbers from 2022 were correct and complete. Yeah, 2.2 million. That's pathetic. Actually, let's go through. This, of course, hasn't stopped some angry fans, mostly conservative and anti-woke crusaders. Because, yeah, it's only conservatives and anti-woke crusaders, not normal people who are watching the show and are just tired of the bullshit. No, it's those far right extremists and Donald Trump supporters and fucking every time they always try. I saw one article where they were blaming the warm weather because of the for the viewership being low. They are willing to blame anything and anyone at this point because they cannot just accept the fact that they are creating and releasing a subpar product that no one cares about anymore because it's clear that the writers are catering to only one group of people, the people who agree with them. That's the problem here. All the writers are left wing. They're all leftists. So they're all the same thoughts, same ideas, and now they're catering to the same people. They're putting out a show that caters to the people who agree with them. And it's alienating everyone else. And yes, Doctor Who's always been progressive. We get that. But it's not been like Captain Jack. We love Captain Jack. Vastra, I think, and her was her name Jenny, the chicks that Strax was hanging out with. We loved them because they were well written. We didn't care that they were an alien and human lesbian lovers. We didn't care because they were well written. We didn't care about the shit because the stories were fun. Stories were entertaining, and if there was a message, it didn't overshadow the overarching broad picture of the episode, which being a good episode with a good message, which was fun, well written, engaging story, good characters. But now it's just like, oh, well, we're just going to talk about how white people are bad, or oh, did you know that Bill Potts was gay? Because they didn't go out of their way to make you know that. Bringing some of those. Now we already have reported that the series has been a victim of review bombing by angry fans who hadn't even seen the episodes. At the same time, the critics are absolutely amazed. Of course they are. As we have reported, and there are many fans who share their opinion. But what happened? But what about the claims from the comments above? As you can, let's see. Let's see. This is just nonsense. We did find a quote from the series RTD who explained how the series will attract new fans, especially Gen Z fans. Yeah, because that's what we need. Again, just what I said. They're trying to attract the people who agree with them. The people who have the same mindset about abortion rights and climate change and racism, and they're trying to attract them while pushing everyone else aside. And then when their numbers are low, like, oh my God, how did this happen? Because you're catering to one group of people, that's why. Doctor Who used to be for everyone. Even, again, it had a message. It had a message, but the episodes were good. They were fun. They were engaging. The characters were good and lovable. Now they're just subpar, and they're just used as a way to just push whatever message is for that episode. I think you got a generation now that is learning to open up, and I don't just mean the sad stuff. I mean actually their joy on TikTok about a chicken wing. Oh, you mean like those stupid TikToks with like the infamous one with the chicken like IHOP or something with the pancake? She's like, and the girl in the booth, she's like, and it was like, oh my God, her joy. But then you never actually see her, cut into those pancakes because the video just stops because it was all done just for internet clout. And she wasn't really that happy from pancakes. Because if I was that happy for pancakes, I would have been recording the entire time from me doing stupid shit like that to biting in and taking that first amazing bite. But no, and then it stops. It's for internet clout. That's all it is. It's not genuine. I think that's brilliant. We encourage them to express their humor and their joy as much as we do their sadness. I wanted a Doctor Who I wanted a doctor who would chime. He said Doctor Who, but not Doctor Who as in the show. A Doctor Who would. I wanted a doctor who would chime with that. Get rid of this crap, please. Which with that, and it would correspond to that even before we cast Cootie, Cutie, whatever the fuck. I mean, I don't give a shit anymore. It kind of gave me faith to say, well, we don't need to offer the Doctor to an elderly statesman. So, as you can see, Davies only spoke about attracting new fans. There's no mention of old fans or anything else. So the claim made by Twitter user Golden Age Geeks, which is a store, well, it is a blatant lie. We can understand that some people don't like the new direction of the series, absolutely, but they are not forced to watch it. Okay, well then don't get surprised when the ratings go down. You're telling people, even this article's like, oh, it's not meant for you, don't watch it. Stop telling people not to watch the product, and maybe you won't. I'm like, oh my god, why is viewership down? Because you keep telling everyone to fuck off. Because you keep telling everyone to fuck off. Davies has said it. What's his? This fucking shitbag right here said it. These people are saying it. Journalists keep saying it's not for you. Don't watch it. And then when people rather go touch grass on a hot day rather than staying inside where it's cool and watching Doctor Who, they're going outside on a hot day touching grass because they'd rather not watch this fucking shit show anymore. Blatantly lying, misinterpreting interpretation is simply wrong, and it doesn't help anyone. It just looks sad. We have fact-checked and proven these claims wrong, so you can okay, this has to be, but no, and this is over with it's a BBC Doctor Who branded woken and watchable after TV ratings plummet following its because like you can definitely rely on us on Fiction Horizon to provide you with the most reliable information on any topic. Why would you even put that in? It just makes it seem like a parody now. We will be following the story in the future as well, so be sure to keep following us for more information because we're totally reliable. We're not fucking sucking anyone off or anything. Rip Doctor Who, 1963 to 2017. Uh-huh. Cry harder. The producers of this trash fire are crying because no one is watching it. Angry fans despite praise from critics because the critics are always right in the guiding light. Is this a religion? They literally said the new series isn't for you, referring to straight white men. Review bombing. Stop trying to spin it so hard as a success. It's not. Yeah, no one's buying this bullshit. They think that calling people phobes, isms is enough to get like a positive spin on it. Like, oh, well, that's going to bring people in because look at us coming out and defending the true fans. And then normal people are like, okay, well, I was going to go give it a chance, but I'd rather go out on a scorching hot day and go touch grass than sit in here and watch this product, this show that, you know, simply because of the fact that the people working on it don't know how to shut their fucking mouths. So I'm going to go touch grass and not watch your show at all. Let's see if this is actually different. Doctor wait, really? That's all? Oh, never mind. I was like, this is what happens when you have it at you know, I made it like less than 100. In fact, the overnight rating night consisted of an underwhelming 2.6 million and 2.4 million per installment of the doubleheader, according to blah blah blah. Do not take into account streaming figures on iPlayer on which episodes were released. It doesn't matter. Again, even if they boosted it up to 3.5 million, those are still terrible numbers. They're still terrible numbers. Because again, Jodie Whittaker's was like 11 million for her first episode. The special, the 60th anniversary, didn't even get those numbers. And you had David Tennant, Catherine Tate, and fucking Neil Patrick Harris, and those episodes didn't even get like 10 million. I think they got like what, 4 or 5 million or something like that, which terrible numbers given other specials and other episodes in the past. They're terrible numbers. I feel like Doctor Who is fine. No, it's not. No, it's not. Reaction to the Bill. Did you know that Bill was gay? But yeah, everyone's just tired of the crap. You have people coming out attacking the fans. You have people coming out attacking the fans, calling them phobes, and isms, everything under the sun. They're bending backwards and doing these mental gymnastics, like trying to blame the weather for people not watching. They're scrambling to try to find a reason why no one wants to watch their show when all they have to do is look at themselves. They must look inwards and realize that they're the problem. If you have a message, because all these writers are clearly left-leaning, there's no broad, diverse thoughts because they all agree with one another. They all have the same thoughts. And it's when you have a message that you're pushing that's strictly for that side, you're pushing away everyone else who doesn't agree with you. And then when we call it out, we're called phobes, isms, and left, far right-wing Donald Trump supporters who like to kick puppies and you know, not say I love you to grandma. And you know, again, that's going to take the people who might have been interested and it's like, oh, I was going to watch it, but they treat the fans like shit, and they're outright saying it's not meant for you, and they're using like, sorry, straight white man, it's not for you. I was going to give it a chance, but as a straight white man, I don't think I'm going to give it a chance now. I'm just going to go outside on this blazing hot day and touch grass. But you need to watch it because the critics are praising it, just like every other fucking movie and whatever that's come out in the last 10 years. Oh my god, critics are raving about it, and then you go see it and you're like, well, that was a waste of 2 hours. Look at all the movies that come out now. It's like, oh my god, the critics scores, and then you go see it and you're like, oh well, the critics must like it, you know, are liking it, so it must be good. And then you're like, well, I can't finish this. I was always told to finish what's on my plate. I can't finish this. And you get up and you walk out because the movie is so fucking stupid and boring, or you end up falling asleep. Yeah, so don't trust the critics. They're paid to fucking praise this shit, because if they don't, they're not going to be journalists anymore. They're not going to be critics anymore, because all of them think and behave exactly the same. And if you go off the grain and you disagree with them, they will make sure that you never work again. Well, they didn't praise Doctor Who. They must be far... No, maybe they're just their own person and they're not going to go along with a herd mentality of, oh my god, Doctor Who, stunning and brave. Black gay actor, stunning and brave. Oh my god. They're not going to give into that mentality, the NPC herd mentality of just blindly agreeing with it just because they've been told to. But what do we know? Maybe we should just not watch Doctor Who and go outside and touch grass just like they want. And when the viewing and the ratings go down, but what happened? What happened? Why are our ratings so low? Why is the viewership? It's a mystery. Maybe it's a mystery that the doctor can figure out. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.